Hello and welcome to this BuyBotPro video. So today I'm going to be talking you through BuyBotPro Island and giving you examples of when it's going to come in extremely useful. So maybe you know of the feature but you don't particularly use it because you don't know when you would use it. I'm going to give you some examples and hopefully it helps. So BuyBotPro Island is a summary of everything that you get in the main panel. So it takes some of the key points and puts them in here in a nice concise little box for you, because sometimes you don't have time to check out everything in the main panel, although it is always advisable to check out the main panel as and when you can, but like I say, it's not always possible every time you come to use the software. So in the island, you get things like the profit for the item, the ROI, the BSR percentage, if it is within the top BSR percentage of this item's category, if it's within your criteria. You then get the estimated sales for the item, so you get an idea of how well the item is selling right off the bat. So you have the previous 90-day average sales, the current sales based on the last 30 days, and this gives you a breakdown of the monthly sales for the item over the last 12 months, so you can look for any trends or if it consistently sells well and things like that. And then using this information combined with several inbuilt algorithms and data from sources that we purchase for you like Keeper is then able to predict the sales for the item over the next 90 days. Now, unlike other deal analyzers, this is an underestimated number. Other deal analyzers might overestimate this number, in which case you may end up buying more stock thinking it's going to sell really well based on that number, and then you end up stuck with stock, which is not what you want. Whereas an underestimated number is slightly more truthful and much more beneficial, because the amount you buy based on that and everything else you see in BuyBotPro, you're more likely to sell that amount, and if anything you end up selling more than you think you would, which is why it is much more beneficial to have that underestimated number. You can also see the eligibility, the hazmat and the IP radar as well. So you'd get the color indicators the same as you get in the main panel. So red is a no-go, orange is to double check and do your own due diligence, and green is you are all clear, you're all good to go. You get the confidence score here as well, which is BuyBotPro basically telling you what it thinks of the deal. If you hover over it, you still get the top 3 things to consider if you were to go ahead with the item. And you have the storage fee slider. So BuyBotPro automatically assumes 1 month storage fees when it performs its calculations, but you can change this here if you wish. Even if you are using the main panel, you'd have to scroll down here to the details section in order to change that. But you can do that here in the island. It will change it in both the island and in BuyBotPro as well. So this might be easier for you if you prefer to use the slider up here, so you can change that time period. And then you have the ROI versus sell price section, which is basically BuyBotPro helping you achieve any goals that you might have. So let's say you had a target of 45% ROI. It will then tell you the sell price you'd want to set the item to in order to achieve that. Likewise, if you were selling the item for potentially $16.99 and you were curious what the ROI would be, you enter that in there and it'll be 94% ROI. So some occasions when BuyBotPro Island comes in particularly handy is if you are really confident about an item and you are a confident seller, sometimes this information can be all you need to see for that particular item, in which case the island is super useful rather than looking through everything in the main panel. Perhaps you have lots of items to work through and analyze, and you're basically working your way through each one and sending it over to your Google Sheet for a further analysis later on. BuyBotPro Island will act like your first port of call, so you can very quickly analyze, look at the island, go, yes, this one can go to the sheet, or no, this one can't go to the sheet. And the island is basically your first port of call, as I say, and the yes or no, and then you'll look at everything later. It's useful as well, just in general, if you want to do a very quick analysis of an item, you get some of those key details there, which is why BuyBotPro Island is so handy to have around. If you haven't got BuyBotPro Island here, maybe you've turned it off, maybe it wasn't there in the first place. You need to make sure that it is turned on in your BuyBotPro settings. So come here and make sure that the island is toggled on, then come to the bottom and press save and sync, and the island will appear. But hopefully this video has helped. Hopefully it inspires you to use the island if you aren't already using it, or giving you some ideas. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.